Hey everyone, this is Stephen Casey Railpin here, and today I got a product review of a new locomotive I have, because this is actually a product review I was meant to do 2 years ago, back in 2021, because in 2021 I received a locomotive like this, because I was going to do two different locomotives, because you can see my other locomotive I have is this one, which I got 2 years ago. I never did a review on this, because I was going to wait until I get this other locomotive too. So you may wonder, what is this locomotive? Well, here it is. It is a B40-8W locomotive. So the review is meant to be the 2021 release of the B40-8 and the B40-8W, because basically they're almost the same thing, but just minus the different cabs. So my example, because after such a long time, I was finally able to get one after 2 years. So I picked this one up. I ordered this off of Hiawatha Hobbies. So it was a pretty good deal. And so my example is BNSF number 510. Because this one I have here, I remember that I ordered this off of Lombard Hobbies, and it was numbered 7430 when I first got it. And then I actually custom patched it by renumbering it to like 577, which, as you know, is one of the last three of the BNSF B40-8 still in the Santa Fe Bluebonnet paint. So yeah, so there it is. That's the new locomotive I have. So I'm going to be doing an unboxing and review of both of these. So even though the 577 is already unboxed, so basically you just slide off like that, and just the way you just remove the locomotive, you just take it out, and there it is. So just slide this out. I'm gonna remove these out first, and okay, there we go. And if you're wondering what this is, it also contains the fuel covers, which goes underneath the fuel tank, and the sunshades itself. So it's pretty nice how they're included. And as you can see, the locomotive is packaged like this, because this is actually a pretty unique way for model railroad manufacturers to pack their locomotives. Basically, they just have this plastic covering of some sort, packaging, and then basically you can see there are some screws underneath. So basically, this is the better way to for manufacturers to ship locomotives without damaging them. So there's that. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver to unscrew the locomotive out. So I think I'll show you guys how to do that. So you just put it right here and turn. When you do this, make sure you try and secure the locomotive in your hand, one of your hands, so just to prevent damage in case it comes out. So there's one. Let me get the other one. Okay. Alright, it's loose. And there we go. And there it is. The locomotive is out of the box, out of the packaging. So there it is. It looks very stunning indeed. So let me put my custom patch locomotive and compare it. So there it is. They look really nice together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start the review off by I'll start off with the standard cab one first, and then after this we'll begin with the wide cab one next. So yeah. Alright, so since we're starting off with the B40-8 standard cab, so starting off as you can see, the locomotive's got some pretty nice details. It's got the windshield wipers and mute hoses, a really nice coupler, and handrails are nicely done too, even though they're plastic. And it has lighted number boards because, and then, as you know, as on the model, you can see the headlight's not in the right location. It's supposed to be nose mounted. That's what's supposed to see on the Santa Fe B40-8s. And it's got silver trucks and a black fuel tank. Nice done. And it's got a cab interior with cab figures installed. And as you can see, when I previously patched this with using decals, I think I got them from, I'm not sure what decal, because you know, it's been, I haven't done this since last year. I think I got them, they were Circuit City decals, but I'm not too sure. I'll have to look back on that. And you see the paint job is nicely done. It's got a nice horn. I believe it's a 3-chime horn. It looks like an RS-30. But I think if I remember on the prototype, this unit probably had a K3 LA. I couldn't find any video clips of it. So I'm guessing it probably had a K3 LA according to some pictures I saw. So it's also got a chain. A nicely detailed chain on the truck here. You can see let me see if I can get it again. You can see. Nicely done. Chain. It's very nicely detailed. And also the rear is nicely done too. And this is the best I can do with the rear, because you know, getting the road number underneath the steps is just a little difficult, so that's the best I did. And then all that, and you can see remnants of it still saying 7430, because on the prototype the road numbers were on this side. So it's nicely done. It's got, you can see it's also got some details on the, you know, MU hoses and all that such. So now I'm gonna flip the locomotive over. I'll show you some of the roof interior. As you can see, the roof interior, it's got like a beacon light. I'm pretty sure it does light up even though it runs DC, it's DC ready. That's good detail here. And you can see there's another cab interior. You can see a cab figure, which is a very nice feature for Atlas to do that. Steps, nicely done. It doesn't, as you can see, it doesn't have any like see-through grills. And really nice smokestack and everything. So now, as you can see, I have run this locomotive before, since I got this 2 years ago. So we're going to see how it runs. It runs very nice and smooth. I can show you you see? It actually runs very nice. Even though this model does not have ditch lights, which is a bit disappointing, but still, right? Because they basically just made this as delivered. So basically the B40-8 steering cams do not have ditch lights. So it's a very nice running locomotive. It runs very nice and smooth. And it's a pretty nice locomotive. I'm actually really glad I was able to get one, and then last year I was able to custom patch the locomotive and then renumbered it to 577. So yeah, it's a pretty nice locomotive, because it's quite amazing how BNSF had only 3 B40-8s that were still in Santa Fe paint. If I can remember them correctly, I believe they were 577, 581, and then the other one I think was, I'm not sure what was the other one. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for the review of the standard cab B40-8. So now we're going to move on to the B40-8W, which is the wide cab unit. Alright, so now that I have the wide cab unit out, so basically, because before I begin this review, I installed the sunshades already on. So they were pretty tough to do, because you know, sometimes if you don't put them in correctly, you can just glue them on yourself, which is something I did, which is okay. So starting off, as you can see, the locomotive also has lots of good detail, like the windshield wipers. It's also got the MU hoses and train line hoses, and it's even got ditch lights. Also, it's got lots of good detail on the roof. And there's the sunshades, and then it's also got a cab interior. You can see cab figures installed. The paint job is nicely done, and I really like how they did a repaint on this, because I believe, I'm not sure, because this could likely be, some people call it like H4 and all that such, because it's got like the black trucks, black fuel tank. Because if I remember correctly, this unit was first started off as a Santa Fe war bonnet, and then painted H2, and then afterwards BNSF later painted it into the H4 scheme. So it's pretty nice, and it's got really good detail on the fuel tank, and the trucks, nice and done. The grills are not see-through, and the horn, 3-chime horn, looks like an RS3L. But according to videos, the real unit has a K3LA, so fairly nice detail. So I can show you the front. Very stunning indeed. So now we'll move on to the rear. So rear is the same thing, train line hoses and all that such. It's got a headlight and the number board and the road numbers underneath the rear number boards. And I believe this thing right here looks like the patched out marker lights, because I know BNSF does not have marker lights on any of their locomotives. So there's that. Now I'm going to turn the locomotive around. And here's this side. As you can see, it's got lots of good detail. Very nice detail on the trucks. Everything. It's got the builder's plate. Absolutely, and you can see cap figures. Top. This is just very nice and crisp. And truck detail wise is very nicely done. So lots of good detail on this. So now we're going to be running the locomotive. So it actually runs pretty nice. It's a bit loud, but still alright. So now I'm going to run it this. Okay, as you see, this locomotive has ditch lights that are nice and bright, and the number boards also light up too, just like the same with the steering cab unit. So this is actually very nice that they did that. So I'm gonna stop the locomotive, and then you can see. Look at that detail wise. Light number. Let me show you what the light number boards look like. Oops, sorry. There we go. It looks absolutely stunning. Wow. Headlights and ditch lights are nicely done too. I believe they look like LEDs and such like that. So, wow, this is actually a very nice locomotive. So, anyway, so that's gonna basically wrap up my review of the B40-8W, which is the wide cab 4-axle -8. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the review of the Atlas B40-8 and the B40-8W. Now I understand that this video was, well, I was going to postpone the video because I think I was supposed to do this review, because ever since I got the B40-8 I was going to do a review, but I decided to wait until I get the B40-8W, but I just never got a chance to get it. But then after I was able to find one online, I was able to purchase it, and then because 510 they only had one B40-8, so I purchased the last one they had. So it's finally here on the layout, and what I have to say, these are actually really stunning locomotives. Even though I understand the ATSF one, the headlight is supposed to be mounted on the nose, which is alright, but it's perfectly fine. I was able to have these so I can run these as local power, because as you know, I really like to run local power on the layout, and it's perfect to have these because now the 4-axle units are just limited to local service or yard service and all that. So anyways, I'm so glad I was able to get one, because according to some news I heard about 577. 577 is actually one of the retired -8s, because as you know, this -8's not in service. It's now, I heard it's heading for scrap, because it's been stored in Galveston for a long time. So, and it's now, I believe they're heading to St. Louis to be scrapped, because I'm not sure why BNSF isn't trying to do any refurbishment by like rebuilding on it. But it's quite sad. And as for 510, 510 is still around today because I believe the white cabs are proven to be more reliable because, you know, the safety cab and all that, to better ways for the crew to travel in on long journeys. But still, it's still nice that I was able to pick up 2 of these 4-axle Dash 8s, and they're very nice locomotives. So yeah, so I'm actually glad I was able to get them both. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll leave a run by of these 2 in action, and I'll see you guys next time.